Greetings, fam. This is Rom Wills about that business. Confidence to make money. Hey, look, y'all. I know I've talked about a few business ideas and, threw some stuff out there. But when I started this channel, the main thing I wanted to talk about and get out there was not what type of businesses you can get in, though I'll still be doing that. Because it's funny, you have an idea what you want to do, but then it evolves into something else. But I still want to stick with the mindset you have to have. And one of the main mindsets that you have to have is confidence that you will make the money. Let me say that, confidence that you will make the money. See, here's the biggest problem if you going into business, like seriously into business, as opposed to just keeping some 9 to 5, right? See, if you get a 9 to 5, it's safe as long as the business is like, if it's like a fairly good sized business, like like it could be a business or it could be like the government, or as a mentor once said, it could be the power company. People gonna need it, or cable, or nowadays like these telecommunications companies that dealing with cell phones and stuff, right? They pretty much are going to be there for the foreseeable future, barring like a EMP. But that'll be if I ever get around to get into the whole survivalist thing, right? But check it out though. Unless it's like some small startup or, just some little company or, something that might go out of business. If it's a fairly good sized company, whatever it is, it's going to be there. And if you work in there, you pretty much know, as long as there's nothing major, you'll keep a job. It could be a grocery store. You pretty much know if you show up, don't ruffle too many feathers, do what you're supposed to do. Your bill, you can actually plan stuff for like a year in the future or 2 years in the future because, you're on that job. You can say, I'll retire from here in 5 years. The money is coming. But if you're going to be in business, you don't know if the money's going to come next week. Because it's a different vibe. Regardless of the business you in, you still have to go out there and make money. When I was, when I've been selling books over the years, I didn't always know if a bookstore would A, take the books, or B, actually sell them. Because in many cases, they would only pay me for what they sell. And now a few, they would just pay me up front. But for the most part, I had to sell something. Or if I did a book signing, I didn't know, that I've done book signings where I knew I had to make my mortgage. In fact, I remember I was at one vending event. It was a Christmas vending event. I had to come up with about, in one day, $600 worth of sales, which is a lot. If you're familiar with vending, even if it's a crowded event, you have to first get somebody to stop at your table. Then you have to sell them the product. If you can get 25% of the people who stop at your table to actually buy something, that's a lot of people. You've made some money. Now, I remember that one time I had to make about $600 to cover my mortgage. Shoot, I had to work it that day. But see, I went in that morning knowing I had to do something, but didn't know if I was going to actually do it. But I had confidence I was going to do it. And that's when you in it. You got to have confidence when you finally leave that 9 to 5. Like, for example, I've told some people privately, and I've been saying that I've always had a day job, but now I'm about to be off of that day job. But even though I have a substantial savings, I've made a vow not to touch it unless it's like a emergency. It got to be pretty much a medical or a car emergency for me to touch it. I don't want to touch it even like to get a snack. But that's just there. But the reason why I can even feel that way, because I'm confident that I can make the money to cover everything. At least make more than enough money. And it's going to go up and down, but you have to have that attitude. That's the one attitude you have to have. You got to have the attitude you can get clients. You have to have the attitude that you can market your stuff. You got to have the attitude you can get more clients or more people to buy your stuff. You have to believe in yourself. See, that's the one thing, because you can't fall back. You don't get sick days as an entrepreneur. You really don't. Like, if you want to get into that life, get that sick day thing up. You can't call in and, just click a button and get like a sick day for that day you have off. You don't get a week's vacation right away. You might have to be working your business 3 or 4 years before you could take a week off and even have somebody run it. Because typically, if you started now, that means, it's pretty much every day. It's pretty much, you might take a day off here and there. But depending on the business, you might have to be available. 24/7. Well, realistically, you do have to sleep sometimes. And even some of those businesses, depending on what it is, somebody might have to be up all the time or be ready. It could be somebody starting a medical practice. That's a business. And depending on what they're doing, they might have to be ready to go to the hospital at any moment. Or an attorney. You starting like a legal firm or something. You might get a call from a client in the middle of the night and need to be bailed out. They doing something they weren't supposed to do at 1 a.m. So any type of business, hey, but you have to have that confidence that you can do it, that you're going to make the money. You gotta have the confidence that 3 years from now you're gonna make that money, because you gotta go. You can't be hesitant. If you that type of person who getting into something and you don't think you're gonna make it, do not start a business. You can't be an entrepreneur. Don't start a business. You better get real comfortable on that 9 to 5 you have. And you better not ruffle any feathers. And you better play a good game of politics. And when I say politics, that's basically you better know the right people to deal with to keep that job. That's real talk right there. But as you go out there, as you build your stuff, you have to think, okay, I'm going to get this money. I'm going to get this money. I'm going to get this money. You got to wake up in the middle of the night. I'm going to get this money. Like, come to snap awake. Just sit up in bed like, I'm going to get this money. Shit. Even when you making love, you getting that good thing going, you be like, baby, I'm going to make this money. Then again, if it's a really good thing, well, that's for the men to say. If it's a good thing for the woman and stuff, she ain't going to say it. Oh, man. I think I better save that for my private site. But, seriously, you just have to have that confidence. I mean, you got to believe in yourself, because that's all confidence really is. I don't care. Like, a lot of people use it in terms of relationships, especially with men, but confidence just means you believe you can do it. And even more, you even got to go beyond belief or having faith. You got to know you can do it. You got to know you can make that money and more money. You got to know what your skills are. And see, that confidence really comes from your skills, right? And whatever you offering in business, that you believe in it so much that people will want that service. That's where the confidence comes from. So even before you even get there, just before you even get into business, develop the skill. Develop it. In fact, I'm gonna do a video on that. Maybe not the next one, because I wanted to get into something else for the next one. But I'm gonna write that down now, because I know Brother Alvin say, Rom, you don't be writing down nothing. But yeah, I'm gonna write that one down. But yeah, because the next one it'll be more into the whole business thing, business that and I'll wait till I'll let y'all hear it in the video. But anyway, have that confidence, y'all. Have that confidence that you can always make that money, that you can always get paid. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I mean, that's the base of everything. So if you're gonna do it, you gonna do it. All right. So anyway, let's go out there and get that money.